Hi guys, I wanted to make this quick video to make sure that you were familiar with how to get back to Google Classroom, and I also want to explain to my math kids how they are going to be using their Google Slides today in order to complete their math work. So before I get started, I just want to let you know that I know you've already been to my eClass page for today in order for you to determine what it is that you're doing for digital learning. And I also know that you've probably already listened to my morning message meeting, okay? So what I want to remind you of, or I might even add some more details in here because I have a little bit more time. I only have 3 minutes to film those other ones. This time I have 15 minutes. So it gives me a little bit more time to be more detailed, but I promise I'm not gonna keep you here for too long. I wanted to just remind you, let you know that today for eClass, you actually have 3 assignments that can be done in Google Classroom. You have reading and social studies, which can be done in Google Classroom. Math has to be done in Google Classroom, okay? And the reason why I say it has to be done in Google Classroom is because you're going to be editing or writing directly onto Google Slides, and that's not something that you have the option to do on my eClass page. For reading and for social studies, you can print out the information if you'd like, and you can go ahead and do what we've been doing this past week, where you print it out and either take a picture or just kind of hold on to it and wait to hand it in to me when we go back to class, okay? But I do want you to try to get more familiar with using Google Classroom, because the cool thing about it is that you can go ahead and type in your answers and I get it immediately. So you don't have to worry about taking a picture or anything like that. You don't have to worry about printing anything. So I know it's probably taking us a little bit longer to type, which is why I have not given you a lot of writing assignments today. You're working on IXL review for grammar, because for some of us, it's not that the work is hard, it's just that it's going to take you a while to type. But I do want you to get practice with the typing also, and that's actually something Ms. Wismer wanted you to do for specials. So having said that, when you get to my page, or sorry, when you get to your page, your portal, right now I'm logged in as Jordan Lee, you're going to go ahead and click G Suite for Education. I wanted to make sure that the page looked exactly the way you would see it, okay? So when you get to this page, you'll notice that everything that you've done in Google is on this page. You'll actually also see the assignments that you have in Google Classroom. Do not do your assignments here, because if you do your assignments here, I'm not going to be able to see what you've done. It's not going to share with me automatically. So make sure that you don't get confused and just start clicking on these in order to get your work done. You're going to go ahead and go to your waffle, and you're going to click on Classroom. Okay, once you get there, you're going to see all the other pages of teachers where you have joined Google Classroom. You're going to go ahead and click on 2020 Busy Bees. And this is going to take you to our Google Classroom page. Now, even if you're in Miss Lee's class, you still need to click on my page, because I'm sure that you're in her class also, but this is where my math assignments are going to be, okay? I'm not sure why they think that I'm a hairdresser, but I'm going to try to make that a B. I'm going to work on that in my free time, maybe during spring break. Okay, so when you get to this page, you're going to see all of the assignments that I have for you. The very last is actually not an assignment. It's the elapsed time video that you all would have watched about elapsed time, the mini lesson that I recorded for you. So if you need to get to it, you can go ahead and click here and it will take you straight to my mini lesson. As you can see, you have your social studies assignment here. I'm going to go ahead and click on that for those of you that are going to work on that in Google Classroom. So you'll notice that your passage is already there for you. You do not have to click back and forth to my eClass page. And when you scroll down, you have the information that you're having to give me. It's a review of the branches of government. So it should be something that you're starting to remember, but government can be a little difficult. So the more time that you have to go through and read that information, the better. So you're going to be able to click right on it, and you're going to be able to type whatever you like. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase that in case Jordan wants to do that in Google Classroom, okay? So once you've done that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of that. And I'm going to go back to my assignments. Okay, this is in the way. Okay, so I'm hoping I can go back to it. I'm gonna have to, is it gonna make me log out? It might make me log out. Hold on, let me go back. Oh, there we go. Okay, so once we do that, I just wanted to show you. I wanted to show you what that would look like, okay? Reading is the same thing. So if you go to your reading and you click on it, I have the character traits already there for you, so you don't have to worry about clicking on what's in my eClass page. And then, of course, just like I told you before, you're going to read your question or what you're supposed to do, and you can click it. You can type it right there in the box, okay? All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you the math. So for my math, we're going to be dealing with Google Slides, which is new. We haven't done that before, but they're really cool, and I think that you're going to enjoy them because they're more interactive. So once you get to your Google Docs, you're going to go ahead and you're going to type your name in here. Now on yours, it'll say insert name here or write name here. For Jordan's, I've already kind of been in and playing with it, so that's why it wasn't there for him. But this is where you can type your name. But if you forget to do it, don't worry about it, because guess what? It's right here for me. So once it gets handed in to me, I'll know who you are, even if you forget to do this, okay? So for here, I'm going to go ahead and show you what you can do in order to make your jumps on your timeline, okay? So it's telling you your little tech tip, meaning you can go ahead and you can use the tools. So if you notice, it has an example of everything that you can do in your tools. You're going to go up here where it says select line, and now you see all the same choices that are on your slide, okay? The scribble is what you're going to want to use in order for you to make your jumps, okay? That's why it says use your scribble tool here. So you can go ahead and practice using your scribble. You can practice doing, oops, I have to go back and do it again. Sorry about that. Okay, so you have your scribble again, okay? And you can go ahead and you can practice with your scribbling, all right? All right. Now, Jordan, don't worry, I'm going to erase all that so that you can go back and do it on your own. All right, so when we get to the next slide, this is just reminding us of what elapsed time is. What is elapsed time? There are 3 important variables in elapsed time problems. So you're not actually doing anything here. You'll notice that there's the start time is in green, the stop time is in red. And you're going to want to remember that because we're using those colors when it's time for us to place our stars on our timeline, okay? So right now we're only working with hours, and I know you guys know how to tell time to the hour. I'm very aware of that. We've already been working with telling time to the 5 minutes and telling time to, even to the 1 minute, okay? What I really want you to be practicing today is practicing with your Google Slides, because that's something that we haven't done before. But I also want you practicing with elapsed time, okay? So it is going to get more challenging, but remember I told you that we're going to be starting really slowly because I'm not with you in the classroom, so I'm not able to kind of see what people are doing and what they're understanding the way that I can when we're together. So we're going very, very slow to try to make sure that everybody's understanding the concept without me being right there in front of you and you being right here in front of me in small groups and how we usually do things, okay? So excuse me, guys. Please. So, I'm sorry, guys. My kids are not being very respectful. So, when you take a look at this slide, it gives you an example of the start time. You'll notice that my green star has been placed at the 1 o'clock mark because that's what time it is to start. And my red star has been placed at the 6 o'clock mark because that is where my time is going to end. So on this slide, it wants you to practice dragging your stars to the correct time. So if I look at my start time, that is at 7 o'clock. So you're going to go ahead and drag your star to 7 o'clock. And then 10 o'clock is your end time. You're going to drag that star there, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put it back so Jordan can do it, okay? All right. Next, it's telling you how you can go ahead and fill in your blanks. So if you click on the question mark. You can go ahead and erase it and write in your start time. And again, go ahead and put your green star with what you're going to write in. Stop sign or stop time, sorry. You would go ahead and erase your question mark. Tell me what time it is, and then you're going to go ahead and drag your star onto your timeline. Now, the cool thing about this, guys, is that all you have to do is leave it there and head right on to your next slide because it's going to save for you, and I'll be able to see exactly what you did, okay? So here, you're going to be dragging, and you're going to try to do your jumps, okay? So it says drag the stars, count, and fill in your blanks. So if I take a look, I'm going to drag my stars, right? Make sure I'm filling in my blanks. But then you're also going to go ahead and to your scribble tool. Let's make sure it still works. Yep. And this is where you're going to be able to do your hills, or you can do your mountains, or you can do your pebbles if you need to. You're not going to need to do pebbles on this one though, okay? Because, oopsies, because we don't have any pebbles. Remember, we're just working to the hour, all right? All right, and I'm going to go down a little bit because you're just going to be doing some extra practice with that, with drawing your elapsed time jumps and trying to determine how much time is in between your start and your end time. Now, once we get to these slides, you're actually working with your half-hour marks also, which is why you have a little dash in between your hours, because I know 30 minutes is directly in between my hours. So you're going to do a little bit of practice with that. Again, we're just working with Google Slides, and we're working with our elapsed time, okay? Now, once we go through to number 16, or slide number 16, then you're getting to some word problems, okay? So it says, read the problem, draw a start box, an arrow, and a stop box. Fill in the information given, solve to find the missing information, okay? So this says, Joanna started cleaning her room at 3 o'clock. She finished at 6 o'clock. How long was she cleaning her room? So you're going to go ahead and you are going to put in, she started cleaning at 3 o'clock. So you're going to put your 3 o'clock here, okay? Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to put in your end time, which is 6 o'clock, okay? Okay. You're going to go ahead and put your stars. Okay. You're going to go ahead and put your start here, okay? And you're going to put your stop there, okay? Then you're going to go ahead and calculate how long. So that's when you're going to get your scribble tool and you're going to do your jumps, calculate how much time that's going to be. You can draw your mountains, okay, for your hour, and you can even write 1 hour in there if you need to, okay? And then you're going to do your jumps, and then you're going to write how many hours that happened, how long she was cleaning her room, okay? So I just wanted to show you how that was going to work. I'm going to go ahead and put everything back so that Jordan can do his work, okay? And I want you guys to practice with this and have a little bit of fun with it. Now, the cool thing is I'm going to go all the way down to the end, and I'm going to tell you exactly which slides I want you to work with today. You're not doing all of these, so please don't think that you are, okay? So it kind of tells you all of the things that you can work with today, all right? So it even gives you a little bit of some games that you can do, all right? So go ahead and have some fun with it. You're actually going to be stopping after this slide, okay? So slide 19 is going to be the last slide that you're going to work with today. You're not doing all of the other ones. And then when you're done, you can go ahead and you can play some of your games. Now, in order for you to play your games, I do want you to know you're going to have to click the present button. Once you click the present button, then you can go ahead and you can click on these games, and you'll see that it says that right there. And that's for my friends that finish early. You do not have to do that, okay? So slide 19 is where you are going to stop today. All right, guys, have fun.